All right, guys, we are live. Everything should be working this time. It's my second time going live. I'm here to answer your small engine repair questions, whatever you might got. So throw it into the chat. Um, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on the TikTok. TikTok's on the phone though. Yeah, it seems like a hassle to get all of it to go one thing, but hey, we're doing it. All right. So today, what are we going to talk about? I got to mute my Twitch because Twitch is playing back on myself. Oh, we learn, right? There we go. What did we talk about last time? We talked a little bit about the tools that you needed. I showed tools, so if you missed that live, you can always go back and watch it. Talked about tools needed for small engine repair. It's very minimal amount. Most of it you can get pretty cheap. But I figured today we talk about carburetors, cleaning carburetors, because a high percentage of jobs that come in is gas sat in this thing all summer, all winter. The ethanol that you're getting in your pump gas, horrible for them, and ends up clogging them up. So I figure I got some videos on my channel on cleaning carburetors. Some of my older videos doesn't even show cleaning the carburetors, and I get roasted all the time about it. So now in my new videos, I make sure that I clean the carburetors. But this guy right here, this is the most common type carburetor that you're going to find on a snowblower. This is a knockoff like a Honda lawnmower. They'll have carburetors like this, but very common on snowblowers. And then we got this guy. This is very common on a lawnmower. You see, they're quite different from each other as far as but there's similarities in here too. So let's start with the snowblower one. At this point, you removed it from your machine. Congratulations. That might have been pretty hard for you. Some of you it might have been pretty easy. But you got it off the machine, and now we need to clean this thing and figure out like what's going on with it. You'll see there's two bolts on the bottom. One on the side right here is for just draining. So if you take this off, oh, wrong socket. You need a 10 millimeter. I had the 13 millimeter because we need 13 millimeter for this guy. But yeah, if you take the side one off here, and I'm realizing real quick my TikTok camera needs to be higher. But you take that off. Now you see the bowl doesn't come off. It just drains. But if you take the center one off, your bowl comes off. So that's the bowl. And then right here is your float and your needle. So when it's, oh, there goes the little gasket for it. So when it's sitting in there, gas comes in, fills this up, pushes that, and stops the gas from coming in. If this part will stay on and it's moving, just leave it there. But right down the center of this guy is your main jet. So I just got a flathead screwdriver. You look down in there, you can see the jet, and you unscrew it. It just screws out. Now, I will tell you, if the gas has been sitting in here forever, this may or may not come out easy because it could just be solid in there. But you tap it, and out came the main jet and the emulsion tube. These are usually clogged up, and that's why your machine will not run. The main jet, try to show the TikTok people, there's a little hole right in the middle. Get close to my camera. You probably can't see that, but there's a hole right down the middle. That hole has to be clear. If it's not clear, gas cannot get where it needs to go in your carburetor. Next is the emulsion tube. And there's a pathway that goes down the center, and there's little pinholes on the side. If those are clogged up, gas can't do what it needs to do, your machine is not going to run. Last week we talked about cleaning carburetors, and I have this old wire off a lawnmower. It's just for the cable, and you pull the handle back. And these little wires are perfect size to go in these holes in the emulsion tube. So you push it through each one of those. Same thing with the main jet. It'll go through there. You put it on there. You run it back and forth, and you get all the junk out of there. All right. So you got that clean. Another common area that gets clogged up is the pilot jet. So on this particular one, there's an idle screw. You just unscrew that. And then this pilot jet, you just pop it out of there. Just take a screwdriver, pop it out. So that's where it goes. But you won't be able to see it because I can barely see it, but there's a pinhole at the tip of the pilot jet. Sometimes that is clogged, and depending on the size, this wire may or may not fit through there. If it doesn't, well, then we're going to use carb cleaner to try to clean that out. So that's all you have to take apart on these guys. You can pull out the float and the needle. There's just a little bar right here. You pull it out, and the whole thing comes off. And just make sure you don't lose the needle because it's just dangling on there, barely. It can be tricky getting it back in. All right, so that's how you tear the carburetor apart. That's how you clean all the pieces. Now, when you get it all clean by using that wire, you need choke cleaner, carbon choke cleaner. And you're going to make sure you have your safety goggles on. Where's mine? I wear these guys out in the garage because I need to see. But you do not want to get this in your eyes. If you do, immediately inside, and you're washing your eye because this stuff will do damage. But you're going to take that and you're going to spray it through your main jet. You're going to spray it through the emulsion tube. And then you're going to spray it through all the passageways in your carburetor. There's a little hole like right there. One right here. And you spray it through there, and carb cleaner should go where it should be flowing through. If it's not, and it's still clogged up, and you can't get it free, huck it. Get the model number of your machine and search it. Go on Amazon or wherever and buy a cheap $20 Chinese carburetor knockoff. That's what these are. I bought these because I'm like, I need some props for my show, and I don't want to use nasty, dirty, greasy ones that are out in the garage because I don't want to bring that stuff inside. All right, we'll put that one back together here. We'll see how we do on time tonight. But I want to show you the lawnmower one. Like I said, still a carburetor, little different style. Same deal. This one doesn't have a drain, though. You notice there's no drain on the side. It's just the one bolt at the bottom, and this one's like a 13 millimeter. And when you take this off, that is your main jet. There's a hole right at the tip here, and there's some holes on the side. So you're going to when you go to clean this, you're going to use your little wire, and you're going to work it through there, because if gas can't get through the main jet on this one, your machine's not going to run. Look, this one has a float and a needle too. Does the same thing, comes off the same way. You just pull that pin. Don't lose the needle. I've had that hit the floor and then never to be seen again. That is it on this one. You take the bowl off, you take the needle and the float out, and that's it. There is no main jet. If you look down the center here, I'll show the TikTok people, show the live people on Twitch and YouTube. No main jet up in there, so Nothing to take apart. But you are going to take your carb cleaner and you're going to spray it. There's some holes up there because technically that's where the emulsion tube is on this guy. So you're going to spray that through there, and then you're going to spray it through your main jet. All right, I'm talking a lot. Where's my water? Let me see what's in the chat, what's going on, and then we'll get to assembling these things back. Francis from Canada, the Great White North, welcome. Appreciate you joining. You got any questions for me? I'm doing carburetor stuff, but I'm here to answer questions as well. See if anybody's on the Twitch. No, because I'm not gaming. I don't know. Maybe we'll change that. Maybe we'll get some gamers to watch me. TikTok. Any questions down here? No, I don't see any. All right, so let's put these guys back together. You cleaned it. You've done the best you can. So you can see that the needle's still dangling on the float here. You just put it right back in here. Kind of get it to set in there. And then once it's in there, you gotta take your little bar and push it back through the plastic. So once you get it back together, you should be back to this where it's just moving freely, doing its thing there. Then you got your bowl, and you'll see on this one the little gasket stuck right in there. This thing is brand new. You could take this apart, and this gasket could be totally just disintegrated, rotten, destroyed. And if that's the case, well, be honest with you, it's cheaper to buy a new carburetor because carb rebuild kit for these is almost as much as a new carburetor. So keep that in mind, because if this bowl does not seal tight when you put this back on, which when you put it on, it's tight right now because it's brand new. It's never been used. You kind of have to, I always twist them on, get it to sit tight, and then put your bolt back in, which is your main jet. Finger tighten it. And then tighten this up. Because if air gets in through the bowl here, your machine is not going to run right. Because carburetors are designed to have air go where it's designed to go and nowhere else. So if you have extra air, your machine will not run right. And if you don't have enough air because of everything we just talked about cleaning it and doing all that, it's not going to run right. A lot of times I see videos online, and a lot of questions that I get is the machine will be hunting or surging. And what that means is that you'll hear it go up and down, up and down. It should just be a constant idle. And that's just because the airflow gas mixture in here is wrong. And this is the actual throttle on here. This is just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth when it should not. And that's what causes hunting/surging. So if your machine is doing that, take your carburetor off, clean it. That should fix it. Usually does most of the time. All right, let's go back to our little Honda knockoff clone. And let's put this guy back together. So I always start with the pilot jet. And there is a right and wrong way here. It just fits in. And then it's shaved on the side, and you just push it in there. If you turn it the wrong way, it'll hit part of the carburetor. So just make sure it's seated down flat. And then you put your idle screw back in. And then how far do you set this idle screw? No, I'll show you. I've been doing this long enough. Just kind of have it hanging out that much. Okay. So you set that. Now you can always adjust this once you get it back on the machine. If it's idling too high or too low, you just turn this screw in and out. All right, next we're going to put the emulsion tube in. I now realize in my videos that I have on my channel, I do this really fast, so I'm doing it really slow here. You'll see the emulsion tube is got kind of two different ends to it. This longer end with this little ridge, that goes in first, because once you get it in there and you get the main jet in, it actually sticks up into the carburetor a little bit. And then we got our main jet. Main jet could go in two different ways, but you got to be able to tighten it, so make sure that the flathead part is closest to you. Slide it in there, screwdriver, snug it up. So just, you don't want to crank it, just snug it up. Let's pause real quick. Francis is asking, when you buy aftermarket carbs, what company do you buy from? I found CarHub I have the best luck with. Francis, I go on Amazon, I search the model number of the carburetor, and I find the cheapest one. A lot of these machines today, they're just like, they're throwaway. They're so cheap. So they're not high-end race cars. So I just put the cheapest carburetor that I can find on them, and I go with that. That works. Now, a Stihl or a Honda, your higher-end stuff, I won't put cheap crap on them. I will actually spend the money to get an OEM carburetor. They are expensive if you've ever checked them out. But little Briggs and Strattons and troy-bilts and Craftsmans, just whatever the cheapest one you can find. Let's see, where was I? Oh, we're putting this, we got to put the float and the needle back on. And you see they come apart. It's probably really hard to show on camera unless I had a way to zoom. On the top of the needle is a little catch, and it slides on to the float. I'm trying to do it so you can see and I can see. So you get it on there like that. And then put it back into here like that. I find it a lot easier to do this with the carburetor off the machine. You can see I had gravity working for me there to keep that needle and the flow and everything. I've tried to do it when it's in the machine. Let me get this in real quick and finish my thought. You see, look, I don't even have it in the machine. It's kind of out here, and I'm still kind of like, come on. There it goes. So I just pushed that bar through there. So now we're back to doing carburetor things. So what I found, when it fits in the machine, it's up like this. When you're trying to get the needle to stay on that little hook that's on the float, and you're trying to put it up in there, and you got plastic shrouds and whatever around you, I don't have much success. I find it's quicker. Take the carburetor off, take it all apart, clean it out the machine, put it back together off the machine, and then reinstall it. So what I just did there is I put the little gasket back on. The other one we just did, remember it stayed in on the bowl. This one you just put it on, get it on there, and then make sure it stays centered, and then just finger tighten this bolt. Switch my socket out, and just snug that up. You don't have to crank that super tight, just snug it. And then I'm putting the drain bolt back in here. All right, so that one is back together. So that's that's it. I mean, they're super simple to take apart. Well, at least I think so. I guess I do it enough. Cleaning them is not too bad. Give it a shot with the wire. Your cleaner. Get it clean as you can. Put it back together. Put it back on your machine. If your machine still won't start or run right after cleaning it, you could take it all apart again and clean it again. Or, like I said, I mean, I think you can get these for like $18. So what is your frustration and your time worth? But I always like to give them a clean because there's no reason to spend $20 on a new carburetor if you just clean it and it works, right? So I always I call it the dirty carb special. Oh. Let's see, what do we got over here? Oh. Anything on Twitch? Nope, nobody's there. TikTok. Anybody on TikTok got questions for me? Anybody on the live stream on YouTube got questions? All right, we'll just give it like, I don't know, another 30 seconds, minute here. If nobody has questions, I'm gonna end. I scheduled these for about 30 minutes, just depending on the audience, who's here, who's got questions. My comments on my videos have been blowing up. They slowed down a little bit because of that storm that we just recently had. Everybody, I mean, I was creating shorts and lives to help people get their snow blowers running because, man, some people got hit that normally don't get snow, and they're just like, my machine won't run. It's been sitting for 4 years with gas in it. And I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be brutal. All right. No one else has got questions, so I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight. I appreciate everybody that joined, and if you're watching later, if you have any questions for me, put it in the comments. I'll get back to you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.